Okay. Okay. Hi, I'm Libby Gibson, Town Manager. Welcome to What's Going On in Town Government. It is at the end of our meeting. The board members are leaving, and we don't normally have our What's Going On in Town Government show here right after the meeting, but Gina's away, and Parker here has agreed to do the show. So, if any board members want to pipe in, feel free about what's going on in town government. Yeah, this is my show, not yours, so don't try to hijack it totally.
Mr. Miller and I would like to...
oh, see, they're horning in already.
You know, Libby Gibson gets a lot of free airtime, and we would like to participate and say we appreciate her communications effort and telling the public about what happens at our meetings.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Bruce, do you want to add anything to that?
100%.
You could second it more loudly over here. Mike.
I really second it.
Okay, thank you very much. And I appreciate a fairly short meeting tonight. We just concluded our meeting. We had an NRGA Advisory Board meeting and a Board of Selectmen's meeting. We talked about a proposed fast ferry shuttle service to start this summer. And that was very interesting. A lot of moving parts with that, but we're moving along with it, and we'll report back to the board on March 26th. The board also added 3 alternate members to the Nantucket Historical Commission, and they discussed the town meeting warrant. The town meeting warrant for the 2014 annual town meeting will be published with Finance Committee, Planning Board motions very shortly, along with Board of Selectmen comments, and there are some Planning Board and Finance Committee comments as well. Oh, bye, Erica. Thanks for coming in today. Really appreciate it. Really, the person that does all the work around here is Erica. No, you are. So the board last week had discussed some comments on some of the warrant articles, and they didn't add anything tonight. The warrant will go to the printer. Please let this happen tomorrow, and it will get mailed out to all the voters very shortly, but prior to town meeting. There then was discussion about the Sconset Bluff Erosion Control Project. It was an update, mostly from the DPW director. Some concerned citizens were present and asked some questions, and that was pretty much it. It was, wouldn't you say, Parker? It was a fairly, it was on the short side as meetings go. It's the shortest you've ever been, and it was an hour and a half, a little slightly more than an hour, about an hour and a half. Yeah, and you have to stand the entire time. You don't even get to sit down over there.
Well, they used to have chairs.
Yeah, they used to have a chair, but that's gone.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's good for your posture or something. Is there anything in particular that you observed about the meeting that you'd like to share? Any constructive comments? Constructive criticism?
Well, I thought that the meeting was very efficient today, perhaps due to the lower number of members present.
Interesting point.
And I wonder, though, I know that I got a pamphlet with the articles already. Why is there another one going out? Oh,
very good question. The warrant itself was published in the newspaper in January, and that was the warrant that was adopted by the Board of Selectmen. That merely has the articles that we are going to be voting on or taking up at the town meeting. This next document is basically the recommendations of the boards that have statutory responsibility for making recommendations on the articles, and that is the Finance Committee and the Planning Board. The Planning Board makes recommendations on all zoning articles, and the Finance Committee makes recommendation on all articles, often including zoning articles. So that's the second document that's coming out.
Excellent. And what are your thoughts on the upcoming town election?
Well, I don't have too many thoughts about the upcoming town election, since I might have the potential, perhaps, of 2 different bosses, but I probably shouldn't get into that. It'll be an interesting election.
But a little bit less heavily contested than last year's.
It seems less heavily contested than last year, and it seems friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't think the Nantucket politics ever get too nasty compared to other places.
I think you're right about that, and we're pretty lucky even in looking at some towns on the Cape. We're quite lucky. I attend generally a monthly Cape Cod managers meeting, and I've heard some horror stories and I think, well, I better thank my lucky stars here.
Do town managers get very gossipy about their various boards of selectmen?
Parker, gossipy. Town managers are not. We're all business. We talk about our budgets and our staffing and our projects. The gossip we have about our board members is how great they are. Don't ever come to a meeting, by the way.
In the abstract, how would you say that different board members affect you as town manager?
Well, that's a really good question. Some of them are, I'm going to say, needier than others in terms of information. Some can never have enough information. Some have too much, think they have too much information. They don't need enough. So there's a bit of a balance there. But on the whole, over the years that I've been doing the job, I would say the board, and this is a result of a charter that the town adopted back in 1996-ish, whereby under the provisions of the charter, the board has policy-making authority and the town administration carries that out. And the board is a lot less involved in the day-to-day operations of town government at this point. If they want to talk to me, if it's a quick thing, they can drop in, and they do from time to time, but they're pretty respectful of my time, and we do a lot of stuff via email. If they need to come in and talk, we schedule a time. So I think it works all out pretty well. And I believe I'm talking to a Veritas person on Friday afternoon about how town government works.
Oh.
By phone. Aren't you sort of like in charge of it?
Yes, but I don't tell them how to write their stories. I just tell them to write them.
Okay, well, FYI, I'm talking to one of your people on Friday afternoon.
Which one, do you know?
Stefan?
Oh,
Is that how do you say his name? Stefan. He's calling me at 3:40, and we're going to have a discussion. I suggest that he review the town charter in advance.
Next issue of Veritas out March 27th. You should pick it up.
Oh, very good. March 27th. Excellent. Hey, well, it's already probably posted on the school website, right?
The
Veritas, does it get posted on the school website?
There is a link on the right-hand side of the school page to our website.
Okay, because I was going to say, we could put it on the town website, but we already have a link to the school, so
Yeah.
if people want to think.
I think we might be overlinking ourselves.
Yeah, you don't want to overlink, that's for sure. Well, it was good banter
Yes.
that we had, so thank you very
thank
much
you.
for staying.
And thank you for accepting our rather imperfect microphone arrangements.
Oh, this is, you got to do what you got to do around here. It's all good. All right, so thanks very much. See you next time.
Thank you.